Geico proudly presents the Sunday Night Anthem.
Sunday Night Football, everybody watching! It's Sunday night. Waiting all day for Sunday night. All right, what a night, it's finally here. Sunday Night Football's kicking into high gear. The stars have arrived, come on, get up and cheer. Hey Jack, it's a fact, the show's back in town. Giants and the Bills in a nasty showdown. The stadium's rocking, time to crank up the sound. The NFL's best have come to play. Coast to coast, there's just one thing left to say. I've been waiting all day for Sunday night. The tough get rough in a primetime fight. More than a game, it's every fan's fight. That's why we're waiting all day for Sunday night.
You gotta be kidding me.
Here we go. Big play. Josh Allen took care of it himself.
Cool, overcast, middle of October, Sunday night in the great city of Buffalo, New York. And a dozen miles south of the city, in Orchard Park, it's Highmark Stadium, home of the Bills Mafia and the three-time reigning AFC East champs. Tonight, a chance to watch their superstar quarterback
Jalen Reagor will get the kickoff from Tyler Bass. It's the Pants. It's the Bills. He'll take it from the 2. Reagor up the middle. Blocked by
Spins.
third down.
We don't need to
7.
watch that. We'll skip past that.
Brown getting backpedaled. Downfield they go, and it's incomplete. Zappi, 1st and 10. Parker in motion. Up the middle they go. Batted down, intercepted on the ricochet. It's picked off on the ricochet at the 20-yard line and grabbed right there by the big defensive lineman, Ed Oliver. 6 in the secondary, 3rd down and 6. Cook dropped it, picked it up, incomplete. Either way, the Buffalo Bills have the #1 conversion rate for 3rd downs this season. Here is a 35-yard field goal. It is away and good, and the Bills are on the board. Lowe is playing the position. The running back is Harris. 1st and 10, intercepted. Picked up by Douglas. Here he goes, weaving inside the 15. Brought down by Farrell Brown. Another turnover. The 2nd interception by the Buffalo defense in this 1st quarter. Murray the back, 2nd down and 4. 2nd possession beginning in Patriot territory. It's Diggs knifing his way to the 3. Wise around his ankles. Here comes the push. 2nd and goal. Shoved. Close. Touchdown. They just rule it. Talked about it. 14th of the year.
Well, Bentley jumps over the top, and Josh Allen recognizes the fact that he's going to go airborne, so he just follows over to the left side behind McGovern.
Looking into the nickel, Zappi. A block by Owenu. Outside they go to the 6'6" Farrell Brown.
Ball's out.
Oh, it is out again. Another turnover. It's picked up on the play. Look who's got it. Christian Benford. 3rd Patriot turnover. Shakir in motion. Allen again. Oh, a pitch and out. It's picked up by Shakir. Bryant brings him down.
Size advantage if you want to throw one up.
Dawkins a block to the end zone. Low, incomplete for Kincaid.
Quarterbacks can't look both ways. You got to pick a side, and unfortunately for the Bills, Josh Allen picked the wrong side that time.
Bass from 24. 13-7 Buffalo. Floyd, the one to blow up that last play defensively. Into 6 defensive backs. Zappe 3rd and 9. Here they come. Down he goes. Oliver.
He's not there right now.
3rd down and 5. Blitz is on. They're blitzing a lot, and it's incomplete. It was low, and Davis was right there. 1st and 10. And this is a handoff, and Kevin Harris finds it up the middle.
And the New England defense has responded with all those turnovers, holding the Bills to just 13.
Zappe 1 of 5. A winner with the block at the right tackle. And that is caught at the 35-yard line, and a nice grab on the play by Devontae Parker. Nickel secondary, 3rd and 11. They need the 45. Zappe blitzes on. Intercepted. Picked off by Douglas. Breaking tackles. Got a block. Finds a gap. He is gone.
Side adjust. Watch the safety coming off the slot. So the receiver has to make an adjustment. Zappe throws the slant. That's the side adjust off a safety blitz from a protection standpoint. Douglas makes him pay for it with his 2nd interception of the game.
What hands. Wow. He had a stinger. He was battling that. 2nd down 10. Douglas on the move. Zappe to throw. Here they come again with heavy pressure. It's off to Harris. Getting blocks from Andrews and also getting a block from Mafi. Look at him run downfield. Elliott in the backfield. Zappe on 1st and 10. Blitz is on. Moves up. He's going to run here. No one is there. He's going to.
And it's one thing to, to have that where you're feeling like it, and then right there with the accurate throw.
And he's got
3rd and 7 to start the 4th. Roger Saffold back in. And Allen hangs it, throws it deep. Davis is open. Gabe Davis brought it in to the 6-yard line. Davis sets up 1st and goal. They go over the top.
There was a great play by Jalen Ramsey, too.
You got it. 3rd and goal. Allen keeps it, pumps, runs, breaks the plane. Touchdown, Buffalo. Josh Allen took care of it himself. Four. Allen stepping up and now floating it downfield, and Diggs is behind the secondary. Stumbles, but brings it in.
You guys remember when Josh could connect with Diggs downfield like that? I remember.
Tackled him 10, 15, 20 years ago. That would have been one of those shots that's on one of those highlights.
Deep shot, Allen. For Kumaro, he's got it.
I miss Kumaro.
Allen wants to throw across his body. It's caught. Stephon Diggs.
Diggs hitting the gritty.
Touchdown. The
Been a
easiest
while.
touchdown catch he'll ever make.
I think he's an important part of their offense. They're all the different ways that they use him.
The Swiss Army knife deal. Here's Allen on 2nd and 10. Stepping up into the logo and throwing. He's got Diggs wide open. It's caught. Touchdown. 46-yard strike. Josh Allen to Stephon Diggs.
defensive backs, and they're back there for Allen on 1st and 10. A block by Knox, and downfield a catch made by Diggs. He was working on Howard. 2nd down, 1936. And they get around the edge, and Allen goes downfield. Caught by McKenzie. Inside the 10.
Fake the run. Allen circles, sideline. Allen is in. Touchdown, Buffalo. Josh Allen completely focused on the end zone. 17 unanswered points from the Bills. Allen, spin move to get away. Allen keeps it alive and throws. 1st down.
Yeah, they are the Bills, 56% on 3rd down, but it's 3rd and 10, throwing into the wind, way down the field. Oh my goodness! This is going to be 98 yards to Gabe Davis.
Will Gabe Davis show up tonight? Find out at 8:10.
Josh Allen
those guys that demands, like, okay, you're going to guard him one-on-one. He demands a double team, just like...
Second and 10. And there you just said you're going to see Shakir. You didn't know he's going to make a catch. But got to get back here more often.
Great area.
And we will. Here's Allen. Trying to go deep to Davis. He pulled it in. Incredible catch. Oh, incredible is right.
This is what is going on today? There's so much randomness.
Crazy.
I mean, this is really his opportunity at tight end, and he's showing.
3rd and 5. Flings it. And he's got it. Shakir with his first NFL touchdown. Davis got one-on-one at the bottom here. Allen sees that one-on-one. He's going to him. It's Gabe Davis again for the touchdown.
You called it one-on-one on the bottom. They're coming after him.
From the 17. Allen's hit his last 8 passes. Looking for Diggs in the end zone. That's a touchdown for Buffalo. He beat the rookie, Joshua Williams, who starts today with Rashad Phillips.
This is not good. You called it DiCaprio. The Titanic might be happening for Kansas City here.
Here comes Allen with the keep and the leap. Oh, what a run by Josh Allen.
I mean, he's an alien. I've been waiting for the quarterback power for quite some time this season. I'm telling you.
Here comes Allen. Looking long. Throws to the end zone. And the ball is caught. Of all people, it's Dawson Knox. Oh, what a time for Dawson Knox. The light shines on those
From the one again, 2nd and goal. Allen's going to keep it. And he's got Dawson Knox, but he can run it. Now he'll throw it, and it's Knox. And it's a Buffalo touchdown.
Our plays last year look so much better than they do this year. I don't understand. Like, I don't get it. We don't do this year.
Brought in by Stephon Diggs.
Oh, this is getting me upset. I gotta not watch this.
Kansas City take on a division leader in Tennessee. Big weekend. Next weekend on NBC. From the 20, Allen. Let's go. Downfield for Diggs. He's got it. Diggs to the 25-yard line. One snap, 55 yards. No timeouts for the Bills.
They spend a lot of time talking around different communities.
From the 48, Allen escapes the sack, throws on the run. Beautiful toss.
Let him cook! Let him cook!
Taken down at the 6-yard line by Darnell Savage.
Singletary, single setback, fake it. Allen looking to throw. He's got time. Uncorks. Deep shot. It's caught. Right out of the gate, he hooks up with Stephon Diggs.
Always a possibility here.
And it is for Allen. And more. Josh Allen, sideline, touchdown! Josh Allen does it himself, 30.
Late fall, early spring weather. It's lovely.
First down and 10. A deep drop lets those routes develop. On the move to the sideline, he's got Diggs. First down, Bills to the 20. From an empty set, Allen's pressured, got away from the first man, and Josh Allen turns a sack into a big gain, into Vikings territory. Vikings defense, one of the big stories of this second half. 3rd and 16, Allen dances away from Smith, keeps it alive, finds Davis! They do it again on 3rd and long. This time a strike to Gabe Davis. Josh Allen to throw. He's in trouble. Josh Allen keeps it alive and runs for a first.
Can you hear me, though? That's what really matters. Fuck the highlights if you can't hear those. Please respond in the group chat.
Very quiet here at Ford Field. Allen trying to bring the Bills fans to life, and he's got Gabe Davis for a catch. Allen fires to the end zone, wide open touchdown.
All right. We've got 7 viewers. I think we're going. All right, gang. We'll close that out. We'll close this out. Okay. Eat my ass. Thanks, Charlie. Okay. Yes, voice volume fine. Cool. All right, gang. Let's Throw this on then. Okay. All right, everyone. Welcome back. It's been a while. Happy January 7th, everyone, for the Music City Miracle 2023 season recap. I've dubbed it the year of content. I don't know what you've all dubbed it, but it's been a fantastic season. So let's get into it. Quick little agenda for us today. We're going to just go through what kind of happened this year. It's been a long year. I don't know about you guys, but it kind of flew for me. All of a sudden it's January and I'm about to be in the shit. So not really looking forward to that. Then we're just going to do a little detail of, what our championship looks like. And then lastly, we're going to follow it up going into the big game tonight with Go Bills. So here we go. Season started off with a bang with a little bit of an Atlanta draft. That's the second big city draft we've done since Chicago. I thought it went all right. If you guys remember, this is where we stayed. That was the hot tub we all soaked in. Wow. You guys slept there. I don't remember the beanbags or the Avengers stuff, but I never went in the room. And that was the pool, also dirty. I kind of wish we left them a bad review. Not a great Verbo. Maybe we'll stick with Airbnb in the future. So this is directly ripped from our manifesto draft slides. Yeah. All right, moving on. Dubbed it the year of content, and that was for a very specific reason. You guys came with the content. I never expected to... I feel like I set it off by doing the manifesto stream, but you guys really brought the memes this year. I just kind of wanted to highlight a few of my favorite. I will hide the face cam for a minute while you guys read these, but these are just a few favorites that I had saved down. I think I shouldn't be streaming the chairs, Tom. I'm sorry. But these are just a few of my favorites that we did this year. We really brought it, so thank you again. And lest we forget some of these bangers that Tom made. Really, the three detailed in this were fantastic, so enjoy. I don't think there's actually sound, it's a GIF, but we'll just watch this play. Now, I do think there was supposed to be sound in that video, but I think when I ripped it from the email, it didn't go too well. Other things that happened this season. Taylor Swift, big one, right? I think we could all agree they got way too much airtime. Wasn't great for football and how we watched the Chiefs game. She's friends with Brittany Mahomes. Don't love seeing her on the screen. And lastly, you can't really deny it, but they are kind of cute, especially when you look at this picture. Need I say less? All right, the Pit and the Bills season. The Pit has been quite controversial, but also monumental in the Bills' success this year. Every time we make a donation or a sacrifice to the Pit, we end up doing really well that day. So I just wanted to highlight some of these really interesting ones that happened this year. Read the post for yourself. It's been quite interesting. Hopefully you made a nice sacrifice tonight. Tom, thank you for everything you do with the Pit. Thanks for slowing down production on that thing so we can make sacrifices for the year and make sure we still have a Pit to sacrifice to in the next coming weeks during playoffs. All right, go Bills. Season started a little rough, but you know what? Look where we ended up after losing week 1 to a Rodgerless Jets. 10-6 isn't bad going into the last week of the regular season where we will end up playing for the AFC East Championship. So it's pretty neat. So without further ado, let's talk future drafts. Oh, and I'll bring back the face cam. All right, so future drafts. As we discussed last draft, we kind of wanted to move away from the champion picking draft, and we kind of all settled on Mexico, or so I thought. So planning for next year's draft, being the 2024 season, we'll plan at the draft. However, there's a couple other things recently brought up in the group chat. Maybe we want them all over. So as decided, we said Playa del Carmen, or at least that's what I decided, but I knew there's some, it's right near Punta Cana, all those kind of things. Or no, not Punta Cana. That's DR. Punta Cana is not that, it is Cancun. So that coast in general. We'll do Mexico. Look at that weather, 86 degrees right now. It's pretty nice. I don't know about you guys, but Atlanta's kind of cold. If Tom wins, though, he's brought up Dominican Republic. And honestly, I kind of like that beach a little bit better than Mexico. So think about that. I'll think about some Dominican whores. Yeah. And then if Kieran wins, we all know where we're going. I don't know about you, but I've lived here for 2 years and not great. So, again, just to reflect, potentially Mexico or DR or Columbus, Ohio. Okay. Now that we've finished the recap, let's talk about Road to the Championship. It's been a long year. Been some ups and downs. I would arguably say this might have been the most competitive year this league has ever seen. Feel free to debate me on that, but quite possibly the most competitive. And at the end of the year, we are down to our two potential champions of Tom and Kieran. So, I gotta hide face cam again just so we have, maybe I'll move face cam. There we go. Okay, this is, if we're taking a look at this is just from ESPN. This is where it graded us initially based on our drafts. Draft day is going to be the unfilled in circle, and the current day is going to be the filled in. So you can see we've had some pretty big risers, some pretty big losers, if you catch my drift. I think that kind of falls in line with what we all expected. Yeah. Anyway, this is the standings as of today. So you can see that there are two divisions. You had some pretty clear losers, but you had some pretty clear winners too. Anyway, this doesn't account. This is for everything. It's not just regular season, but I'll have a recap of that at the end. More detail here kind of shows that really doesn't matter how many points you put up or how many points against, but if you have less points against you, there's probably a better chance of you being in the finals, you know? So congrats, Kieran, for being lucky, I guess. Moves, we had general movers about being the same. Some people really like to do stuff on the waiver wire, others don't. Okay, championship matchup. The misogynists versus the Christian McCummings for you. Tom and Kieran. Congrats, you two. I think we can all applaud for you. All right. Took you a while to get here. You had some ups, you had some downs, and Kieran said it best. This is going to go terribly for me when he's talking about the championship. Oh, there you go. Okay. Let's talk about how we got here to today. Thanks to Mike for putting together this beautiful bracket, as he does every year. You'll notice that he actually didn't update this bottom for the final week, just updated the top. Kind of rude. So just as a reminder, the rookie draft order dependent on the week 18, which is this week. Okay, so this game 7 and game 8 is actually Ariel and Mike, and this is all up here. So this draft order will be dependent on what happens this week. So let's talk plans. We had Net, Charlie, Tom, and Matt. Some juggernauts going against each other. You had the 2-time going against the champion for the most part. And then you had Net, who had a pretty good season overall. The returning vet against Charlie, who put up a good year. Well, let's take a look. Tom came out ahead. You had a record week. I don't know what I was supposed to do against when every single player puts up 28 points. It just wasn't going to happen. And I had a respectable week. I had a CEH lights out week. So Net and Charlie, you might want to think about what you did that week. Kind of disrespectful for plans, but 62 points in a playoff. Kind of rough. And then Ortiz and Kiernan, they played to decide who they would play in the semis, and Kiernan ended up beating out Ortiz after Arthur Smith didn't know how to use Bijan Robinson. So, just as a reminder. Okay, we're at the semis, right? Charlie and me are eliminated. We drop on down to the losers bracket in week 17 here, where we played Ariel and Charlie played Mike. I'm pretty sure Charlie had given up on his season at this point, but he's going to win the pick'em, so good for him. Really, truly. Anyway, this week, Kiernan had decided to go against Net despite beating Tom twice in the regular season. And then Ortiz was playing Tom. And we can kind of see how that worked out. I don't know what I grabbed, but I grabbed something. Kiernan handily beat Net, even though, McCaffrey wasn't his highest scorer. Mike Evans was that week. Mayfield played lights out, so good to him. And then, despite actually a 16-point kicker effort by Tucker to keep her in it, then Tom narrowly beats out Ortiz. The Justin Fields pickup with the Gibbs and Laporta weeks, pretty good. Olave actually popped off for once, so good on Tom. He drafted for the playoff weeks. Now we're at the championship, down to Tom and Kiernan, and then our toilet bowl is going to be Will and Griebel for the past 2 weeks, and then Ariel and Mike looking to get Maserati Marv. So, championship. To get here, there's some pivotal moments for you two. I gotta say, week 4 and week 7 stood out the most to me. By week 4, Kiernan had been the self-proclaimed champion of the league. No matter what actually happened, he was 4-0. He thought nothing could tear him down. At the same time, though, Net was also 4-0. But we'll get to that. Tom, on the other hand, he was he was at 500. He season could go either way for him. But week 4 he had lost to the guy he's playing in the championship. So, see what happens. Week 7 though comes around and Kiernan drops 3 straight, taking the first one from the only other 4-0 person in the league, and then it just spiraled, losing to Ortiz and then losing to Will, of all people, who's in the toilet bowl. Tom, on the other hand, goes on to win 5 straight, losing only 2 more throughout the entire season, beating Kiernan as well. So Tom honestly put on a clinic for playing well. Oh man, I've been blocking it the entire time. Hold on. We'll just go back and look at week 4. Again, Kiernan 4, Tom 500, 3 losses straight, and then winning out. So regular seasons, Kiernan finished 8-6, Tom finished 8-6, and Ortiz, who was knocked out by Tom in the semis, was 10-4. So again, just goes to show regular season standings don't always matter. All right, so to the last thing on the agenda, go Bills. First and foremost, I'd like to welcome you all and say go Bills. This is when we're all going to crack open a brand new beer. Go Bills. And then I just want to introduce you to what we'll be doing tonight, or at least what I'll be doing tonight. We're going to play the Bills game, which I'm going to show you now. Looks something like this. Now, this might look very familiar to you. The astute among you might say, oh, this looks like a bingo board. Well, that's because it is. And what's going to happen, and I'm going to show you the first space now, is go Bills. That's our free space, right? What's going to happen is throughout the night, things are going to happen in the game. Things are going to transpire in the group chat. And every time something happens that is an answer on this board will be revealed. And if we hit Bills, we hit Bills. If we don't, we'll be drunk. But if we hit Bills, we'll see what happens. I don't know. Maybe we'll crowdsource some sort of win or something like that. But either way, we're just going to have a good time tonight and figure out what this is. Now, the answers on here are all crowdsourced for the most part. I have reached out to a few people, and A lot of them are honestly Kieran based, so I don't think we all didn't see that coming. But most of them are Kieran based, so hopefully Kieran's just a rat tonight and pops off. So anyway, go Bills. Way to go on the 2023 season. Hopefully everyone's back for next year. I'm looking forward to a warm draft. So, yep. All right. Game starting. See ya. Please clap. Alrighty.